Hi everyone, welcome to Revelation Renovation with Barb and Chad. Just wanted to hop on and give an update. We're finally in the house here, have been for about a week.
Yeah, week and a half.
And just had a couple of unexpected things along the way. The first one was a furnace, and the second one is a big expense in the crawl space. We have some water coming in there, and
It's a lot of groundwater, which has kind of overrun the crawl space. Looks like it's been going on for years because we found a graveyard of sump pumps down there. I think I ended up pulling out like 12 sump pumps. So they just kind of patched the situation with changing a sump pump instead of finding the root cause of the problem and fixing it. So we got a company coming out here to basically encapsulate. They're going to add a second crock. We're going to have everything pumped out to our pond and just kind of go from there and see if this fixes the situation. They said if it doesn't, then they'll continue to work on it to make it so it doesn't continue to get groundwater, and it's free of charge. So you know, we have the initial expense obviously, but you know, after that it's on them to make sure that it stays dry for us, because there is a lot of rotted wood in the subfloor and stuff like that. There's a lot of mold, which they're gonna, you know, do some mold remediation and stuff like that. So yeah, it's some expenses that we didn't quite expect, but as with anything, you're going to run into these kind of problems when you're renovating a house that hasn't been lived in 5 years. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We'll show some pictures of and some video of just how much water is coming out that's entering this crock and pumping out. I kind of diverted it, you know, about 80 feet from the house. When we first moved in here, it was only about 10 feet away from the house, and it was just working its way back in almost immediately. So
and now there's a small pond out there.
Yeah, there's a small pond out there too. So we'll show a video on that, and
We'll get lots of before and after pictures. And speaking of mold, we've done a little research. We know how dangerous it is. You can smell it all through the house. So even though it's not what we wanted to spend right away, it's definitely something that is going to ease our mind and to take care of that issue, because it can cause a lot of health problems. So
yep. So just stick with us. We'll get you guys some video of the actual crawl space, you know, the way it sits now, and then once they come in and fix everything, they're, like I said, putting in 2 crocks. There'll actually be 4 sump pumps going, 2 primaries and then 2 battery backup ones. It'll be completely encapsulated. It's going to have a air moving system down there that will actually work with the humidity inside the house, and we can adjust that through our phones. So yeah, we'll show you the before and after, and then you guys can kind of check it out. And if you want to know who did the service for us, we'll leave that on the bottom of the link. So stick around.
all right, so we're on our way out here. Gonna check out the water that's being dumped into the yard via the crawl space. Obviously it's getting in from somewhere, because we've had a lot of rain, but just not enough to explain the amount of water going in and out. So this is the second pond. Didn't know we were gonna get a second pond out of the deal. This ground is really wet, and you can see the water just pouring out. Well, it stopped for a second, but
Give it about a minute.
it just pours out. So somehow it's getting in. Anything to say about that, Chad?
Oh, just This is our second pond versus our first pond. So this one is Chad made. So
Yeah.
trying to keep it away from the house. So I'm kind of pushing it out there, but once they come and do the encapsulation, they're actually going to push it to the pond over. Yep, show them
Over yonder, you can't see it. It's just over that little hill, and we suspect it may be leaking, but that's another problem for another day. The important is to. Yep, there it goes. The thing now is just to get the house dry, buttoned up, and get the mold out. So that's what we're dealing with today.
Yeah.